Hey, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Let's go ahead and get started with your weekly reading. Gemini, you first. Spirit, please show me Gemini for this week. The main motivation of humankind is to be free, to express your true selves and pursue our dreams without restriction, to experience what may be called personal freedom. So, you guys got Uranus coming into your sign and this year, and then it'll retrograde back into Taurus, and then it'll go back into Gemini for a very long stay. This really is about personal freedom, liberation, breaking free from shackles that hold you back from being the person that you were always meant to be. So we're definitely going through a great awakening, and Gemini, you are next on the chopping block. So this is about evolution. This is about breaking free from old identities or things that used to hold you back from genuinely becoming the person that you were always meant to be. So that's really a powerful place. Plus, you have Jupiter that is finishing out in your sign. Jupiter hates being in Gemini because it's just too talkative. And it's at detriment in Gemini. So when it moves, Uranus moves into Gemini, though, it's going to be very electrifying. So be mindful of anxiety, I will say, Gemini, and overthinking, overanalyzing, overanalysis paralysis. Spirit, please show me Gemini for this week. All right, Gemini, we got To the Sea, but you got it in the reverse. So I'm going to read that card because it did show up in the reverse. And what number is that? Number 7. Okay, so that would be our protection message. When external conditions appear to block every attempt to move forward, there is no hidden message for you to decipher. Like the ocean, the tides of experience ebb and flow. You are in a natural cycle, so know that things will flow again in due course. There is no cause for alarm. Stop resisting and fighting against the situation and learn how to flow. Even when the tide is going out, relax and trust in the abundance that will soon be within your reach again. An ancient mariner's saying applies to you now. When fishermen cannot go to sea, they stay home and repair their nets. So maybe that's what you're needing to do right now, is take a step back right now, Gemini, because there's really nothing you can do to push forward through this energy. You just you're kind of in a waiting, a little bit of a waiting game right now. It's like you're wanting to move forward, but you're feeling restricted. Okay, what else do we have for Gemini? 6 of Winter. That's so funny because we got the boat there and we have the boat in the reverse there. And it says positive changes are on their way. A welcome relief from troubled times, traveling or relocating. Okay. So for some of you Geminis, are you traveling? Are you relocating? We got the 7 of Summer. No more procrastination. Your power comes from making a decision. Confusion that arises from over-analyzing the options. What did I say earlier? Over-analysis paralysis. For some of you, it's like you guys want to move forward on something, but there's something about this energy that is holding you back, asking you, have you learned this lesson? I think for a lot of Geminis, you might be even really confused because 7 of Cups is about confusion. It's about having one too many options and not knowing what to choose. You're like wanting to move forward. It's like, but there's something still not quite ready for that to happen. What else do we have for Gemini? One more for Gemini. One more for Gemini for this week, Spirit. What do we have? We have 2 more for Gemini. All right, we got the Princess of Summer. Gentle, sensitive, kind, and inexperienced. A new relationship or emotional experience. Invitations to social events. A compassionate friend you can share your concerns with, especially if you're wanting to move forward on something and you're feeling like, this also could be the birth of a new child, because I do see the star here and we are all star seeds, and the princess would be a child. So you could be having a girl Gemini. I'm definitely getting somebody, or there's a little Gemini girl that's going to be born. So Gemini season. Number 5, overall energy. We got unity. Do the right thing for the right reason. Compare traditional versus new approaches to see which works for you. A spiritually minded community. I think for a lot of Geminis, it's like you're trying to figure out, do I want to, like, what's the spiritual aspects of what it is that I'm experiencing right now? And do I want to do things the old traditional ways? Do I want to raise children in the traditional value, or do I want to raise them in a completely different way? Well, now that Pluto is in Aquarius, I don't see it going any other way except for fucking different. Unless you got Pluto and Capricorn babies, or, Pluto and Sagittarius babies, or so on and so forth. Like, that's generational. And now we're starting this Pluto and Aquarian age with Uranus is going to be also in Gemini. So this is like the revolution period. It's very fiery, very, go, 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 move, move, move. Be careful of your thoughts and all the things that could be playing tricks on you right now, Gemini. And I feel like for a lot of you, your commitment to your children are also being tested. And your commitment to growth, and, to your old traditional values. Do they really even make sense anymore? And how can you hold some of those traditional values while making your own traditions as well? So the star says, look to the future with hope and optimism, the power of faith to move mountains, happy changes that bring relief from challenging times. I do feel like there's still a little bit of confusion. It's like, but you realize that there is positive changes that are being made right now, but you're still kind of unsure as to how all of this is going to play itself out. But I do feel like, Gemini, you are being very optimistic about your future. I think that your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, your desires, I feel like, you are definitely, you may be inexperienced in some of those, but I do feel like at the end of the day, you're definitely stepping into newfound territory. Some of the Geminis, I feel like I'm tapping into, you're either giving birth or you're the baby being born during Gemini season. And we are coming into Gemini season like within the next couple of days. So happy birthday, Gemini. But yeah, you're either having a baby or a baby that is a baby is being born during Gemini season. And this is them like, oh shoot, do I really want to come out? Like, however that means for you. Good luck with that, Gemini. I wish you guys all the best. And again, happy birthday and cheers to another trip around the sun. Okay, what do we got? Libra. You guys do check for your sun, your moon, and your rising signs, please. And also comment, let me know how this reading resonates with you, and give it a thumbs up if you've gotten this far. Also, if you guys don't mind putting in the timestamps, I would appreciate somebody putting in timestamps. Okay, so Libra, what do we have for Libra this week? Spirit, please show me Libra. All right, Libra, too many cards. I'm gonna go ahead and put those back and see how we can just get one. That would be great. There's the one. The white space of a free day seems unfathomable because we have become so hypnotized by a false but compelling need to respond to all the needs of others. So it's almost like, somebody here is not used to white noise. Have you ever heard that? Like white noise is like static. It's like there's nothing really going on. And so we've gotten accustomed to always being of service to other people. Somebody calls, feel like you have to answer. A client, you don't feel like working today, you're not feeling very well, or you're just tired or lethargic, but somebody calls you in and you feel like you have to be there. It's like, and what Spirit's asking you to do is like, just don't. Like really, just don't. You don't have to do shit. How's that sound? If you don't need to respond to all the needs of others, Spirit, please show me Libra for this week. What does Libra need to know? One card from the Wisdom of the Oracle. All right. Yeah, we've got two poised to say no. I think for a lot of you guys are excited to be like, nah, I'm good. I think you guys are really going to embrace this aspect. I think that you guys are strategizing your next steps. I think that you guys are very excited to go on whatever this journey is and not feeling responsible for other people's feelings about how they feel about what it is that you're doing. You're just doing it regardless. Okay, what does that mean for Libra? What has Libra got going on this week? You know what's not for you. We got the Seven of Cups. You saw me shuffling. This was also in the Gemini reading. For some of you, you could have Gemini, or you could be a Gemini Cancer cusper. But with that said, the Seven of Cups, no more procrastinating. Your power comes from making a decision. Confusion that arises from overanalyzing the options. Now, Libra, you guys are always fucking guilty about that. I'm going to do it. No, I'm not. Yes, I will. No, I won't. Yes, I will. No, I won't. You guys are always arguing with yourself, battling your head and your heart, what you should do for yourself and what you should do for others. Listen, at the end of the day, it's okay every once in a while to be a little bit selfish, Libra, especially if it's in much more of a positive way. But if you're doing it because of an egoistic aspect, then you're just being a dick. Either way, make a decision. And I think that you're going to be really excited when you do. We have the Three of Winter, reaching out to others for comfort and love. You will grow stronger from this situation. Sadness that will heal with time. With the Seven of Cups, it's like too many choices and options and decisions. Maybe you don't know what to do about a certain situation, a certain person in your life. There is a Three of Swords here. If this is about you walking away from something, I think that at the end of the day, you're excited to do it, but there also could be like some type of pain because, we get used to a certain routine. We get used to a certain set of clients. We get used to, doing whatever it is that we're doing or being around whatever people that we're around. And there is a grief process when we all of a sudden decide I'm going to quit my job, or I'm going to shut down this part of my business, or I'm going to break up with this person, or you're also getting too many cooks in the kitchen, too many people giving you their ideas of what they think that you should do, when really in all actuality at the end of the day it really is up to you. One more card for Libra for this week. One more card for Libra, but I think you are coming out of like the shock and awe. If you guys did come out with something, you're coming out of the shock and awe. You got 2 3s here. Wait, 8. You got 3 3s here. So, wow, we got the Princess of Summer. These keep coming out, too. Almost in every single reading I've done, we have the Princess or the Prince of summer or spring or whatever. But this one's saying gentle, sensitive, kind, and inexperienced. You know what? Actually, that's funny. Gemini just got this exact card. So you got 2 of the few cards that I got for Gemini. So some of you guys could be dealing with a Gemini, or you have Gemini in your chart. Gentle, sensitive, kind, and inexperienced. A new relationship or emotional experience. Invitations to social events. A compassionate friend you can share your concerns with. Okay, the next card out at the end of this week, we do have the 3 of Autumn. Follow your passion when it comes to your career. Be the best at what you can do. Being compensated for your creative talents. Libra, I think that this is about, for some of you, you guys are going into the business of entertainment. I can definitely see entertainment. There could be a third party situation where there's 3 of you guys working in tandem with one another, or maybe you're getting rid of one person and you're coming into contact with another person that you will be working in business with. You know which one is not for you. For others of you, this is about walking away from a certain situation. This could also be about a child. I'm definitely getting someone here. There is a mother-child situation, because we do have the bear here. The bear always represents the mother, and then we have the children here, and we have the children here. So that looks like a little kid, right? And then we have the princess here. So definitely something about children, needing or feeling like you need to protect children. Somebody here is having a child. But it could also be creating, like, there could be something to do with a child, that there's some type of heartbreak or heartache event. Or this could be, just like I said, between a mother and a child. And children can be adult children too, by the way. The 3 of Pentacles is about working in tandem with others. Okay, when it comes to your business and career, we are going into a lot of fire and air energy coming up. I mean, literally, we'll have Neptune, Saturn, Chiron, all in Aries. We will also have Uranus in Gemini. We've got Pluto in Aquarius. So it's almost like takeover of the fire and air signs. Like, here we go. So you guys are up, man. I think earth and water, we've been through a lot of feeling, and, even though it feels like everything has been in flux and chaos, if you thought that was crazy, oh, just wait. Now that we're going to have all this fire and air in the charts now, You know, it's your turn. You guys are up, you know. I'm in fire rising, so I understand. And I don't have any air in my chart. So this is going to be very interesting for me. I'm very earthy, watery, fiery. You know, I burn myself down. I'm my own molten lava. But yeah, so Libra, definitely, you guys are up, and you guys are, this is about, you know, being strategic, working with others, working on strategy for a new business, new career, new, you know, possibilities, new projects for your kids. Maybe you're going to be, for some of you that are parents, you guys are thinking about homeschooling. Also, I think that would be great. For you guys to homeschool and keep them out of these public schools and shit where they're being indoctrinated by others. All right, Libra, I'm going to leave that there. Let me know how that reading resonates with you. Enjoy the white space of a free day. I think that, you know what? We're always looking to be fulfilled doing something, and sometimes you don't need to do anything. It's just the coffee phase. I always call people, or call it the coffee phase. Like, just enjoy the coffee phase for a minute. All right, Aquarius. What do we have for Aquarius today? The moon is in Aquarius. So a lot of epiphanies, sudden insights. Things might not be as they seem. This would be a Uranian Saturn day, really trying to keep things, you know, do all the things, but also it could be like self-delusion. This is going to wrap itself up, and then for you guys this week, the moon will go into your second house, so finances. Okay, we must mature and realize that freeing our mind of ancient hurts and opening once more to love shall give us access to divine strength. Whatever that means for you, Aquarius, I feel like you need to free your mind. You need to free your mind. They're telling me to knock. Okay, so Aquarius for this week. Aquarius for the weekly reading. Message in a bottle. You're going to get some form of message. You're going to be the one reaching out to receive the message or give the message one way or another. Messages are of importance for you, Aquarius. And this is for Aquarius Sun, Aquarius Moon, Aquarius Rising, or if you have a stellium of planets in Aquarius. We all have Aquarius in our chart, so Spirit, please show me Aquarius. What's going on with Aquarius? One more card for Aquarius. Hold on. We've got Two of Autumn, King of Summer. Bring fun into everything you do, juggling multiple priorities or jobs, and exceptional talent for multitasking. And then we have the King of Summer, honorable, devoted, mature, and warm-hearted. A romantic partner you can trust. Excellent advice that comes from the heart. Getting involved in a cultural or creative endeavor. And Ace of Summer. Open your heart to love, the beginning of a new intimate relationship or the rebirth of a current one, the awakening of psychic abilities and spiritual epiphanies. Okay, bottom of the deck. Wow, who was it that just got this? Gemini? Did you just get that? I think Gemini did. So you could be dealing with the Gemini, or you could have Gemini in your chart. Okay, with that said, okay, first thing I got was something here about traveling and something about your child. Okay, there's something here about your child. Maybe your child is inviting you somewhere, or your child has some form of a commitment, so you are going to be traveling with that child. And okay, I hear ballet. Okay, I'm definitely getting ballet. I'm getting this again. That's only going to be for a small few of you. Maybe you go to the ballet. Or your child wants to get tickets to the Nutcracker. I know that's really random and it's way ahead of time, but it's always good to think in advance and be flexible, okay? For others of you, this is about juggling too many priorities, possibly. It's like, okay, I have this responsibility, but I do have this responsibility too. If one of your responsibilities is your work and the other responsibility is your children, your children always do come first, just so you know. Your kids come first. That is something that I had to learn the hard way. You know, I felt like my kids came first, yes, but it was through my work. Okay, but I have to work so that I can afford you guys, so that you guys can do whatever. If you can afford to take the fucking day off for your kid, definitely do so. But there's something here about, freeing up your time this week, okay? Doing the right thing for the right reasons, comparing traditional virtues versus new approaches to see which works for you, a spiritually minded community. So there's something here about you guys going also out into the community. This could also have something to do with some type of humanitarian project that you guys are getting involved in. But this also could have something to do with love. You know, maybe for some of you, you are meeting. This could be a Capricorn or a water sign or an earth sign. Does not necessarily have to be, but we do have quite a bit of water on the table. Somebody's definitely going to be reaching out to you. You're reaching out to them. Somebody is going to want to commit. This is about commitment, fully committing to this relationship. For others of you, this is about, spending quality time with your family. Really enjoying time with the family. Your cup runneth over, celebrations, just enjoying and having a really good time with friends and family. All right. I'm going to leave that there, Aquarius. Hopefully you guys like this reading. Please comment. Let me know how this reading resonates with you. Please do me a favor and timestamp this if you guys get a chance. I would really greatly appreciate that. I love you guys all so much. Feel free to cross watch for the people that you're dealing with, and make sure to watch for your sun, your moon, and your rising sign. I love you guys all so much. I hope you have a beautiful week. Take care.